Hi, my name is Declan Zapala, and in this suite of tutorials we are going to be exploring the phenomenon known as rest stroke. Okay, so rest stroke is one of two ways in which we can pluck a string, with the other way being free stroke. So free stroke is where you push the string perpendicularly inwards, and then when you release the string, your finger's kind of floating, it's free. Rest stroke, on the other hand, we push the string perpendicularly inwards, and the fingertip falls off the string and lands on the adjacent string, and it rests on the adjacent string. So we call that rest stroke. Okay, now that we've got the terminology out of the way, let's get started, shall we? So let's move on to exercise number 1. Okay, so for this first exercise, we are establishing the plucking motion of the fingers. And we're going to approach it in two different ways. We're going to do a one repeat and then a second repeat. The first repeat, we're going to be doing a lifting of the finger and a pluck. A lifting of the finger and a pluck for each individual note. But then when we repeat it, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the finger up, and as we come down with one finger to pluck, the other finger goes up. So essentially we're kind of just resetting the hand into this up position every time. So that each time you pluck a note, your next finger is ready to pluck the next note, if that makes sense. Okay, so it's pretty easy if I just demonstrate this to you now. So before you pluck anything, the first thing you need to do is place both your index and your middle finger on the B string, like that. And the plucking motion is going to be a lifting of the finger and a plucking of the finger each time, just for the first repeat. Then the middle, same with the middle finger, up, pluck, like that, okay? And then when you repeat it, it's going to look like this: up, pluck and up, pluck and up. See the way we're switching the fingers out. And one last kind of nugget of information is when you do your pluck, what you're trying to do is just move the finger in one swooping motion to pluck, and not trying to feel for the string and then plucking. The pluck starts from out in front of the string, not at the string. Okay, so let's give this one a go, shall we? Here we go. Okay, for this second exercise, we're just going to be exploring the attack of our plucks. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to listen to the timbre or the tone of the attack, of the click of our plucks. And the way we're going to do that, we're going to hold onto the string like that so they're dampened, and we're simply going to click and listen to the sound we're making. So there's kind of two aspects to the click we're kind of going to be listening to, and that is the brightness of the click. If it's got a kind of ricochet sound, that's the sound of the string being released from the flesh of the tip and ricocheting against the nail. And when you actually let go of the string, it sounds like this. It's quite a harsh sound. Now, conversely, if you release the string from the front of the fingertip, so it's kind of almost already in contact with the string, with the nail, you get this sound. Okay, and that is a much deeper kind of thud, and when you listen to the string like that, it's a much more smoother kind of, it's like a bell-like tone. That's the term we use in the classical guitar world, the bell-like sound. So what you'll find is you might not have any nails yourself, and you don't really need to worry too much about this. So you can kind of just focus on kind of the strength and the deeper sound of your tone there. Whereas if you do have nails, what you'll find, you're going to have to kind of adjust where you release the string from as it comes off the flesh. So you basically don't want to be ricocheting into the nail. That's what we're trying to avoid. So find the angle which stops that. And you might find your nail just too long, in which case you just need to actually file the nail down slightly, maybe smooth it off if you've got the right sort of appendage for that. I've got like a block here. That's what I use for my nails. I kind of file the actual shape on one bit of it and then kind of smooth it over so it has a kind of a smoother tone. Anyway, That's for another video maybe. So for now, we're going to just work on exercise number 2. Let's go. Okay, so for this exercise, number 3, we are going to be exploring the vertical motions of the fingers as we move up the strings and back down the strings. The reason why we're doing this is because when we're doing alternating fingers, going back down the strings can be quite tricky. Because when you think about when you do a rest stroke note, okay, you've plucked your string, so I've plucked the top E string there. My finger is now situated on the string below it, the B string. Now, if the next note I have to play is on that string, then my instinct is going to be to play that note with that finger as well, because the finger's already there, why not play it? The problem there is, once you get to higher speeds, that becomes like a very swift double finger note, and that can be quite tight. So when you're trying to kind of purr away like an engine, like a V6 engine is purring away like that, the double finger can cause a bit of a backfire, to continue this slightly painful analogy of engines. So we're going to keep the fingers walking this whole time, all the way up and all the way down, okay? And we're going to use accents to kind of keep the fingers regulated, if that makes sense. Okay, so exercise number 3, let's go. Okay, so for exercise number 4, we're now going to incorporate this plucking motion that we've been cultivating for the last 3 exercises into our 3 notes per string scale. So anyone that's been learning electric guitar will be kind of used to this way of playing scales. For those of you who are not used to this, we're essentially keeping our fingers walking. We're doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Every string has 3 notes on. And the idea here is to keep alternating I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M, I, M. So what can help with the kind of visualization of the plucking hand here is to think that each time you step onto a new string, you're stepping on with a different finger. I, M, I, M, I, M, M, I, M, and so on. So good luck with this. Let's go. Okay, so for exercise number 5, we're exploring the same ideas as exercise number 4, where we're just playing 3 note per string scales, but we're now doing it across all 6 strings. So because this is a bit more of a marathon than a race this time, maybe think about the tension in your hands, trying to regulate the tension in your left and right hand. So think about every time you change string, think that you're trying to empty all of the tension out of your hand. Okay, for your fret hand, perhaps think about keeping your hand in one position, making all the movements come from the fingers, almost like you're trying to hide the fact you're playing guitar. So when you go from these notes here, try and keep the back of your hand totally still, rather than, so once finger 1 is on, keep it on, add the 2, keep that on, add the 4. So you've always got this kind of grounded fingers in your fret hand. And as you change string, empty that tension out, keep the hand still. Okay, right, so that's something for your fretting hand this time as well. Good luck, let's go. Okay, so for exercise number 6, we are simply adding in a bass lower voicing with the thumb. So the idea is we're going to be plucking a rest stroke note at the same time as a free stroke thumb note, okay? And we're kind of gently leading ourselves into being able to play them at the same time like this. Okay, can feel a little bit like trying to tap your head whilst rubbing your tummy, that thing we tried to do when we were kids and failed at. So yeah, the idea here is we're going to do some grace notes, okay? We're going to separate the finger and the thumb from one another, but with as short a gap as possible. So you can start with a long gap if you like, so you go, just to feel the separate motions of the hand, but whilst keeping all of this completely still. Maybe focus on that knuckle just there, staying totally still, okay? And then the other way around. And eventually you'll be able to do them at the same time. So as I say, it can be a little bit tricky at first, but once you get it, it will stick, okay? So good luck, let's go. Okay, so for exercise number 7, we're developing the 2-note chord idea from exercise 6, where we play the finger and the thumb together as the finger is rest stroke, the thumb is free stroke. And then we're going to add in some single string arpeggiation for your fret hand. So it does what it says on the tin. It's all about maintaining a single position in your fret hand. Try to not let your hand kind of move around like that as you're whilst in a single position. Try and just maintain a single position for the hand and let all the work come from the fingers. Okay, good luck with this one. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up now with exercise number 8, which is a short piece that brings together all the ideas we've covered so far. So we've got this simple alternating fingers idea in your plucking hand. We're using the scalic ideas in your fretting hand, the 3 notes per string idea, and we're going to have a nice free stroke, relaxed 3-stroke bass note at the start of every single bar as well. So trying to maintain a nice kind of static plucking hand there, a nice static fretting hand there. Less is more, as we say. So thanks for watching all these. I hope you've gotten something out of it, and I'll see you for another one soon. Good luck. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to guitarworld.com. Cheers.